My personal project is a poem book of 100 poems about nature. My learning goal was to write poems and learn how to properly structure them in a book format, and my project goal was to write a book that raises awareness about nature's beauty and to observe the surroundings around you.
My personal project is about tourism, in which my learning goal is to know about the lesser known destinations across Pakistan, which was intended to culminate into a product of a website which I would be using to promote the tourist destinations across Pakistan on a larger scale.
My personal project is making a sustainable clothing brand, and my learning goal was to learn the fundamentals about business as from a young age I was always interested in business, and my product goal was to make a sustainable clothing brand.
My personal project is about humanity in different religions, and my learning goal is to learn about humanity in different religions. My YouTube channel and my product goal is about to make a YouTube channel to educate others about humanity in different religions.
So my personal project is to make an application on football, and the reason I chose this project was mainly because football is my personal interest. It's a passion, so I thought maybe combining it with a new field such as learning how to code, programming on Python would be a good idea for a personal project, in my opinion. And thus I made a learning goal and a product goal. My learning goal was to learn how to code on Python, and my product goal was to inevitably make an application.
My name is Adan Imran, and my personal project is refurbishing a 1982 Corolla, which I took as a challenge for me to restore in the given timeline to call it successful. And my learning goal was to deeply learn the mechanics of the car and how it functions.
In the middle of the writing of my book, I faced writer's block, and while I was making the illustrations for the book, I faced artist's block. So for overcoming them, I just pummeled through them and stayed consistent. And eventually the block became broken.
The biggest challenge I encountered while my project was that I had to look up for sources, tools on which I could create a website, and I was intended to create a drag and drop website which would be more time efficient. Thus I continued to search, and after extensive research I came up with a tool named Webly, which finally helped me to create my website.
The hardest obstacle I faced in my personal project was finding a sustainable solution for clothes. So during my research I found out about sublimation, and luckily I had it available in the factory I was working with.
The biggest challenge I faced was managing my time and finding the right resource of information for my video, and I overcome these challenges by making a schedule and by talking to my parents and researching unbiased and conflict-free sources.
My main obstacle was time management, because I could not manage my time properly throughout the entire journey. So to overcome it, I used my self-management skills because in order to produce an application you need time. So I had to give up and compromise some things in order to do that.
The main obstacle I encountered was inflation, whereas as inflation kept growing, I had to source new parts which were actually difficult for me to buy due to inflation, is why I use Carbly resources in the car to make it as genuine as possible.
The most rewarding part about working on this project was to hear that my book was being printed and that stickers and shirts were being made for it.
Once I was committed to self-learn and I was building the website on my own, that was the most rewarding part, I guess, that I had accomplished something.
The most rewarding part in working this project was holding the pieces and knowing that I achieved the timeline.
The most rewarding part of my project was when I completed my product goal, and when my YouTube channel was running and having views and everyone was watching it.
This project changed me mentally more, because now I'm able to process a lot more things and a lot more new discoveries. I can discover more fields, such as I learned how to code. So there was a completely new field. It changed me mentally because now I can more comfortably learn new fields, and I'm just more comfortable with it.
For me, the most rewarding part for this project was when I heard the engine roar after the first start for the car.
It helped me improve my creative writing skills, and it gave me a way of researching so that I could get knowledge in like this.
This project changed me drastically, as before I was committed to learn about the destinations. Now I aim to promote them and help people learn about more and more tourist destinations based across Pakistan.
At first in MYP4, I was anxious about the project and didn't know how to achieve it. But as I progressed through it, I became a businessman and a leader.
It changed my IB learner profile. Before I was caring, now it turned me into a balanced, knowledgeable, open-minded learner profile.
The most rewarding part was when the project was it ended, because जो सर में जो बोझ था वो obviously फिर हट गया था, तो I was more comfortable. I can now focus on my exams and actually showcasing my project now that I'm done.
If I was to compare myself in the past and up till now, this project changed me. First, I was an open-minded learner, and now I can call myself a risk taker because I took this as a challenge for me to restore a car in the given timeline. And alhamdulillah, I have successfully completed the car to call it successful.
Take something you're very passionately interested in, or take something you're mildly interested in, because if you are the type of person that if something you like and you have to do it becomes a chore, then you shouldn't take something that you're super passionate about, lest you lose interest in it. So also involve your parents, your friends, and anyone who is around, because they know, they are adults.
I would like to give the advice that you should always do something that you're passionate about, and remember that an expert in everything was once a beginner.
An advice I'd like to give the learners is that feel free to change your projects. If you feel you're not meeting the deadlines or the steps you thought you would follow, you can always change your plan. It's okay to change it. As long as you show determination in your project, you will always have a good result.
My advice would be to make deadlines and produce within the given deadlines, because if you're doing too late, too little, it would affect your journey, and it could be more haphazard and rushed. So I would say you need to manage your time just like I did.
One advice I would love to give my fellow learners and my peers is that take your timelines very seriously. They will really help you in the coming years, and timelines are key to success.